Hello everyone, this is iBob Film Studio here. Today we are looking over a document I've been writing for a few days now, and this is just going to be chapter 1. It really dives deep into some of the darker and harder parts to understand in Star Wars lore. So let's get to move on, and here's chapter 1. Chapter 1. This chapter is made to go into the tricky canon of Star Wars, and the hardest lore to understand. It goes into great myth and how the world of Star Wars works. It explains in detail about things that bind the Force to life and the mechanics of it. Mortis. Mortis is a place that is a sort of step higher than all life in the galaxy. It contains 3 beings, the Father, the Daughter, and the Son. They have lived there for greater than 2,000 years, and they have implied to have been there for much longer. Sometime after Anakin was born during the Clone Wars, they catch wind of Anakin being the Chosen One. They call him, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan to Mortis to test him and see if he is the true Chosen One. They do test him, and when Anakin arrives, he is shown to be the Chosen One. The Chosen One's role is to bring balance to the Force, but that means that he would have had to assume the role of the Father and keep peace with the Son and Daughter. Anakin refutes this role and leaves Mortis. This creates what I call the long route, where he must become Vader and kill Palpatine rather than just take the role of the Father. When Anakin refutes, the Jedi attempt to leave, but the Son kidnaps Ahsoka and turns her to the dark side. Obi-Wan and the Daughter obtain a dagger that can kill the Mortis Celestials, and as they are about to kill the Son, Ahsoka, still consumed by the dark, gets the blade and gives it to the Son, who in an attempt to kill the Father, kills the Daughter, who jumped in front of the blade, and Ahsoka, who he no longer has use for. Anakin then uses himself as a conduit, merging Ahsoka with the remaining essence of the light side of the Force, making Ahsoka a pure avatar of the light side of the Force. Anakin then goes to confront the Son and is revealed his future as Darth Vader. This twists Anakin to the dark side, and he attempts to escape with the Son. They fail because the Father erases Anakin's memory of him being the evil Sith Lord Darth Vader, and Ahsoka breaks the ship. This comes down to a final battle where the Father kills himself and Anakin then kills the Son. While some believe this allows the Son's essence to escape, and this amplifies what is the cloud, that the clouds are the Jedi senses of the Sith, it is wrong because the cloud has already existed due to the Sith shrine Palpatine had been using on Coruscant. The Son just amplified this cloud. It becomes a major problem for the Jedi. Then Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan escape Mortis. What are the Celestials? This is a common misconception among Star Wars fans. These beings are not the Force itself. They are avatars of the Force and represent it, but they are under the will of the Force and must follow it. Yes, they have major control and can bend the Force, but they are shown to be mere invincible avatars of the Force. They have powers that can destroy the universe and cause major devastation, but do not govern the entire universe as the Force does. A world between worlds. Doors. Windows into a certain time, allows you to see past, present, and future. Voices. Because the world between worlds does not exist in time, and time does not exist in it, it means that you can hear everything in echoes across all time. You can only access this realm through the Celestials. Ahsoka is a living key. Her connection to the Daughter is what allowed the door to open at that moment. Ezra can enter because he contains a certain Force ability of pure selflessness. This aligned with the will of the Force, so he can now enter the world between worlds. Ezra has an extreme concentration and empathy, which allowed him to connect to the living Force and other beings. He did not have to have a test, and that was he got to see the exact moment Kanan died, and he had to not pull him out because then he, Hera, and Sabine would have died, permanently altering the timeline. Time travel in the space occurs in closed loops. You cannot alter the past. For the Ahsoka example, though, it is destined that Ezra does save her from Vader. It is shown that she had survived the blast on Malachor, and Ezra was the way she did. This here is a graph that explains everything that I just said. The world between worlds is a plane outside of physical time. Time does not exist within it. It is a grid of pathways, doors, and echoed timelines. The doors, windows of specific timelines. The voices, infinite echoes of every word spoken across time. You can access the world between worlds via the Celestials or the Lothal Temple Mortis mural. The Mortis monolith, central transformer for the galaxy's force grid, governed by the destiny and will of the Force. The daughter is pure light side. She dies on Mortis. The living key, Ahsoka Tano, holds the daughter's essence. To keep this connection is what allows the door to open at that moment. Acts as a tracking beacon for destiny, allowing the rescue loop. The sun, who is pure dark, also dies on Mortis, and his raw dark energy leaks into the universe. The father, who is balance, stabs himself to strip the sun's powers, and that also kills him. Interaction rules and entry criteria to the world between worlds, of course. Pure selflessness and empathy. Ezra Bridgers contains entry due to rare forceability of pure selflessness. His extreme concentration and empathy align with perfect will of the Force. The conflict of alteration, Ezra's test. Ezra faces a reality-bending trial. He witnesses Kanan Jarrus' death. He must not pull Kanan out. Altering the moment would create a fatal paradox, causing Ezra, Hera, and Sabine to die permanently. The closed-loop execution. Time travel does not, in this space, operate strictly on a closed loop. The past cannot be altered. Ezra saving Ahsoka from Vader on Malachor was always destined. Her survival from the blast was proof that Ezra was always the way she survived. The physical galaxy, linear timeline. The Chosen One's detour, the long route. Anakin refuses to replace the father on Mortis, breaking his initial path. He spends 23 years as Darth Vader before fulfilling the prophecy by killing Palpatine on the Death Star, returning the light to the Jedi. The permanent fog. The sun's unbridled dark energy flows dark matter into the galaxy, blinds Yoda and the Jedi Council to Palpatine's rise. The ascended afterlife state, supreme oneness. Because he is the Chosen One, Anakin achieves total unity with the Force. Absolute mastery is what allows the spirit to reside in the world between worlds, which Palpatine accurately calls a conduit between the living and the dead. The ultimate reunion, the Ahsoka series. When Ahsoka falls into the realm during a brush with death, he meets her again. He manifests not just as her old moral military master, but as a fully ascended Chosen One. In a full understanding with the balance, he teaches her a final lesson of survival that completely heal her spirit. Special characteristics of the Chosen One. Let's start with the Chosen One prophecy. He was made to bring balance to the Force, not through war or killing the Sith, but rather by controlling the daughter and son. He refused this, and the daughter, son, and father died, changing his path. He basically took the long route. The Clone Wars ends, and he is Darth Vader for 23 years before restoring balance by killing Palpatine, and Anakin becomes a Jedi once again. Now, due to him being in the Chosen One state, he was gained a state of immortality in the world between worlds, where he can live with the Force. Therefore, after his death, he was allowed to be in the world between worlds. Palpatine describes the world between worlds as a conduit between the living and the dead, and Anakin is in that realm. In Ahsoka, he meets her once again in the world between worlds, not as her master, but as a fully ascended Chosen One with a full understanding of balance and unity within the Force. So that is all of the writing in Chapter 1 of my Star Wars lore book, kind of. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and if y'all would like me to release Chapter 2, please tell me in the comments. Thank you.